We'd been down on Christmas Day because we'd had warnings, but we'd had warnings for the whole of December, so it kind of sometimes gets to feel like a little bit like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So you get so many warnings, you think, oh, but this was, or alerts. They call them alerts. So we'd had alerts on Christmas Day. Went down, came down about 8:30, interrupted our Christmas dinner. Came down about 8:30 at night and moved what we thought was enough stock to a level that we thought would be safe should it happen. Because you never actually think it is going to happen. And when it did last time, which was 2012, it was only skirting board level. So we thought, well, it might come a little bit higher than that. If it comes in, it might be a foot. So we raised everything up to kind of desk level, which was probably 2.5 feet, most of the things. And went home, keeping an eye on social media. Our family was here. My son was down. My daughter was up from uni. My son was down from Newcastle with his wife. Went to bed, but I went to bed a little bit nervous because the river was high. I had looked at the river levels and it was high. And of course, rudely awakened in the early hours of the morning with the news. Mainly I just kept waking up and looking at my phone, because social media is one of those things, good or bad, or indifferent, and how people think about it. It is a really good go-to place to find out things that are happening, particularly in your own town. And woke up to obviously the images on social media, Twitter I think it was first, maybe Facebook, that Caroline and Helen had took from Ribbon Circus from their balcony, which is just down on Market Street, obviously of the street completely covered, so we knew nobody had escaped. And it's just that going through the motion of getting up and getting dressed, not knowing what you're going to face. So you're in this area in this strange place between knowing it was going to happen, seeing what's happened, seeing the damage, and then not really knowing where to go from there. But the minute you're down here, or the minute I was down here, and I could see when I got down, obviously people had been in Hebden from very early on that morning, those that lived nearer. But straight away there was people here that offering help, muscle power, buckets of mop buckets and mops, cleaning equipment, food, breakfast, lunch, soup, whatever. Everybody was here, and it was all hands on deck. And the community rallied round. There was faces I recognised, faces I didn't recognise over the course of the next few days and weeks, because it took a good couple of weeks to clear everything out for it to be back empty again, to start from scratch. But there was people coming from Blackpool, down south, up north, east coast, west coast, that had heard about our plight and just wanted to help, just by clearing rubbish more than anything. The council were there straight away, and you just had to dump everything out in the streets. They would clear it, they would shift it, and people who'd not been affected themselves, but indirectly they were, because this was their town. They wanted us all to open. They wanted the businesses to open. They wanted people's homes to be stitched back together again as well. So that, the community was amazing, and it is what kept a lot of us going. In London there'd have been more, I don't want to get political, but there would have been more money and everything thrown at it, and a lot more help in that respect. But here it's the community, and I think that's why we have recovered so quickly. Is that because of the strength of the business owners for a start, and that hardly anyone gave up. They've all come back fighting. They've all wanted to reopen. There were a few empty ones, but somebody else has taken those leases on anyway. And I don't know why that is. I don't know what it is about Hebden Bridge and this town and this area and the Calder Valley, because obviously it hit from Todmorden right through Brighouse Way. We seem to be maybe it's a northern thing. We're a resilient, strong bunch, and we just don't want to be left down there. It's been a journey. It's been a tough journey. Like I say, we lost 6 months. So but I wanted to stitch the gallery back together properly, because after the 2012 floods, our landlord wanted to sell, and I can't imagine Hart Gallery being anywhere else, because this used to be an old Baptist chapel, so I couldn't take it anywhere else. So I had to buy this portion of the building that we're in. So it was our building, so it wasn't like it had been flooded and the landlord was going to do some work. This was, I paid a lot of money for this, so I had to stitch it back together properly. So there was the battle with the insurance companies, as there always is. trying to find, because I was adamant that I was having local builders and a local company, and they were trying to bring people in because they're all in each other's pockets. I think they've got the favourite people that they want to work with. And I said, no, I said, you don't know how it works in Hebden Bridge. We look after one another, we look after each other. I want a local firm. And I got my own way, but there was a couple of weeks where there was nothing getting done because there was this fight going on. But the minute they came in and started stitching her back together again, I knew it was going to look amazing. What we've had to do is we've had to think, it will happen again. We don't know how high the water will be next time, but we have to make sure we're much more waterproof, much more water resilient, much more flood resilient. So there's things we've had to put in place. So we've got an SOS, which is Save Our Stock shelf, going all the way around the gallery, which is like 13 foot high. So everything will go up there when we get the warning next time. We've got a ceramic floor now instead of a wooden floor, so that'll just wash out. We had a massive concrete pour so the water can't come upwards through the sewers this time. Lots of things we've had to do to make ourselves resilient going forward. And all the way along in my head, I kept saying to myself, there was the alternative Christmas Day on the 24th of June that was getting planned for Hebden Bridge. So all the way along, I thought, I've got to open for then. I've got to go open for then. That's 6 months to the day that, you know, that we closed our doors on Christmas Eve, not knowing that we weren't going to be opening them again for a while. So we aimed for the 24th of June, and we got open in time for the 24th of June. And it was phenomenal. I mean, we were one of the last ones to open on Market Street and in town. But there was so much support, so much love, and so many lovely comments about what we'd done. I mean, the galleries, the essence of Heart Gallery is still here. She's just grown up a little bit. We've just changed her slightly, and we've just grown up a little bit, and it's beautiful and it flows better. And I'm really proud of what everyone's achieved in the town, not just me and the girls here.